Hello, this is Scrap Giraffe here. You can see my lovely floor because my scrap table has like 5 projects going on at once. So I apologize for that. But I have I was able to acquire some amazing lace, vintage lace, and crochet trim and what is that stuff called? This seam binding. Thank you. So I wanted to share some of that with you guys. And these destashes are going to be relatively alike, except for a couple of them. This one is going to be the ultimate destash and is going to be the most expensive for that reason. Most of these going to be really affordable priced. You can get all the details at the bottom. But first, vintage crochet trim. Look at that. Is that awesome or what? It's about an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter wide. You're going to get 3 yards of this. And yes, I mentioned in my other video, I thought 21 inches was a yard. Well, I said that in the other video. I know 21 inches isn't a yard. The yard is 36 inches. So yes, you're going to get 36 inches or 1 yard of this really thick, sort of creamy trim. I'm just going to hold that out so you can see the difference in color. And then you're going to get 3 yards of this. You're going to get 5 yards of this white, beautiful white crochet trim. You can see the difference there. Then you're going to get 3 yards of this beautiful vintage, really like creamy coffee color trim with a little sort of triangular edge there. Super, super pretty. 3 yards of that. So you can see the difference in color. One is more of a tan or ecru, and the other one's more of a tan and there's more of an ecru. And then there's the bright white. So you're going to get those. So that's 11 yards of crocheted trim, which is a screaming deal because my brain is like not functioning today. At a fabric store, they want like $3.99 for a per yard of that stuff. Then you're also going to get this absolutely gorgeous seam binding. Now this is purple seam binding that I put in the wash with a little bit of bleach, and it turned out this really gorgeous lavender. I'll show you the original in a minute, but you're going to get 3 yards of that. Then you're going to get 18 inches of this seam binding, which is seam binding, but it's not the same type of seam binding as the traditional stuff that's like satiny and sort of softer. This has a little bit of a stitch to it, but it's still really pretty. I love that blue. And you're going to get 1.5 yards of that. Then you're going to get 1.5 yards of this beautiful blue, pale blue lace. Goes really nicely with that. And then you're going to get a little more than a yard of this gray, purpley satin, thicker seam binding, which would be great for mini albums. See the purple coming through there? I think if you put this in the, sorry, that's my dad in the background. I think if you put this in a, I know what's it called, in a washing machine with a little bit of bleach, then you would actually get more of a purple color to it. So again, really pretty, goes really pretty with that. And then you're going to get another green seam binding. I really kind of was curious about what this would turn out like if I put this with a little bit of Clorox, because this is pretty similar to this, but it just would get more vintagey. But anyway, it's more of a bright green. You're going to get 3 yards of that. Then you're going to get 1.5 yards of this really pretty sort of moss green lace trim. Again, vintage. This is all vintage. And then you're going to get 1.5 yards of this sort of lime green. You can tell they're very similar laces, but they're just 2 different shades. This is almost a mint green. 2 different shades. This one would go awesome with the Prima Nature Garden stack. So anyway, some really pretty colors there. And then you're going to get 3 yards of this really beautiful mint green seam binding. So, oh yes, and finally you're going to get 2.5 yards of this chocolate brown thick seam binding. You can tell it's like probably 1.25 inches wide there, and so 2.5 inches wide if you pull the whole thing out. So anyway, that is well over 25. Wait, no, it's way more than 25. I'm trying to do this in my head. That's 30 yards of trim, vintage laces and stuff. So, well over $90 worth of product there. Anyway, so you're gonna get that's lot number 1. And again, the lots will be listed down below, and that's the most expensive lot because that has the most stuff in it. And I didn't think about this when I was bagging the stuff, that I'd actually have to open it up on camera. And the next lot, the next few lots are really similar. They're all going to have the same of the crochet trim in there. 3 yards of the thick tan trim, 5 yards of the white crochet trim, and 3 yards of the ecru trim. So 11 yards of crochet trim. And then you're also going to get 1.5 yards of one of the green trims. Lot 2 has the moss green. And you're also going to get 1 yard of the mint green seam binding, and 1 yard of, this is like a key lime. This one wasn't in the other one. A key lime sort of seam binding. It looks mint on here, but you can tell you can't really tell. You can there you go. Now you can see a little bit of the difference. This is much more of a key lime. You can see something from my last project. I scrap all over the place because I have so many projects going on at once. It's like I can't finish a project. I have to walk away from it, or I can't finish it. So I have 5 projects started all over the house. Anyway, and then you're also going to get this, a little bit darker of the purple seam binding. This was put with bleach, and I bet if you put it by itself with some more Clorox bleach, you could get this color. But this was the color that I got from just a little bit of Clorox bleach. And it's really pretty purple, sort of Mardi Gras colors there. And you're going to get 3 yards of that. Or no, sorry, 1.5 yards of that. So that is going to be 15 yards for, excuse me, $16. Again, that's at least $45 worth of trim. Oh, and of course you're going to get the gray yard. So that's going to be 1.5 yards of this. So this is going to be 16.5 yards. This really pretty gray, purpley. I'm really I don't know whether to call it gray or purple, because when you see the pink coming through, isn't that gorgeous? And in certain lights, it really looks like a really cool lavender. So you could play with that. I'm sure whatever paper you put it against, or whatever thing you put it against, it would seem more gray. If you put it with purples, it would look more lavender. If you put it with blacks and grays, it would look more gray. Okay, so that's lot number 2. Oh my gosh, I've got to hurry up here. Lot number 3 is basically the same. In fact, lot number 3 is exactly the same. And again, that's $16. So you can see some of it there. So lot numbers 2 and 3 are the same. And then lot number 4 is just a little bit different. I did not dye. See, here's what, I did not, I'm going to have to do this in 2 videos, aren't I? I did not bleach this. So this is the purple that it came in originally. Bleach it once and you get this. Okay. Bleach it twice and you get this. So you can either use it as this bright purple, it's more of a grapey purple, which would go great with the Once Upon a Time stack, or the fairy tale stacks. Or you can do it more vintage, with a little bit of bleaching. So you're going to get 3 yards of that, the bright purple. And you're also going to get 3 yards of the green. So we got some Mardi Gras colors here, the lime green. And then you're going to get 2 yards of the mint green. And then you're going to get the moss green lace. This is lot number 4 with the moss green lace. all those awesome laces. And then, of course, you're going to get the 3, 3, and 5 yards of really pretty. I mean, look at how much there is. It's absolutely huge. This is 3 yards. 3 yards of this really beautiful crochet trim. 5 yards of this crochet trim. How awesome is that going to be for flowers? I'm going to use mine, for some flowers. 3 yards of that crochet trim. So over 25 yards of trim there. Lot number 4. Lot number 5 is pretty much the same, just a little bit. Well, lot number 5 is like the other 2 lots. This one doesn't have the gray trim with it. Lot number 5 does have the gray trim. It also has your wonderful crochet trims. This crochet trim, this crochet trim, 5 yards of this crochet trim, so 11 yards of the different crochet trim. This one has the bleached 3 yards of the, 2 yards of the bleached, no, I'm sorry, these are 3 yards. I was thinking I'd cut them, but I hadn't. So you're all of the seam binding, the purple seam binding is going to be 3 yards. 3 yards of the beautiful purple seam binding. You're also going to get the, like, key lime, pale lime. I'm over time. I gotta finish this up. Lime. You're going to get the mint seam binding with the stitching, and you're going to get the pale blue trim, and that's lot number 5. That's going to be $16. And I will see you on the next video for the next 4 lots. Thanks so much.